Falcons cheerleading squad girls. This is Lauren, Hannah, and Riley. Lauren, what makes cheerleading for the Falcons so much fun?
I love stunting with all my friends and putting up flyers.
Stunting and putting up flyers and being with friends. Awesome. Hannah, what level of cheer squad are you girls on?
Junior varsity.
Junior varsity, all these girls are on. And Riley, do you plan on cheerleading in high school?
Yeah, because I like the sparkly outfits and I like to cheer.
Well, I'm a girl and I like sparkling, and as a former Falcons cheerleader, I wish you girls good luck at tomorrow's game. Again, my name is Brooke Brown with Griffin Television, and these are 3 of the Falcons cheerleading squad girls.
Brendan King back with Dan Galligan here at Lincoln Way East. 21-14 is the score, 12 fresh minutes on the clock as the Griffins are already on offense, 3rd and 12.
Yeah, that last play, Tommy Fiesel, drops back to pass. Didn't like what he saw, tried to make something happen, as has so often been the case, and a lot of our biggest plays this season have been broken plays where Tommy's just made things happen by being an athlete, but not so that time.
Fiesel alone in the backfield, fakes to Kevin Duffin. Here's a pass to Corbett. It's complete to Justin Corbett. What a catch.
What touch, such a beautiful pass. Caught in stride. And a huge conversion.
Echoes of Winkler to Robertson. That will build some momentum for the Griffins as Fiesel's back in the shotgun with Nick Colangelo. They'll try and put it in the end zone with the band calling them. As Nick Colangelo takes a run up the middle, the fullback fighting for yards. First and 10. It was marked 1st and 10, but officials decided to measure so it is 2nd and 1. Should be a short run here to Colangelo or Duffin.
Well, not a bad time to take a shot at the end zone, though, because they might feel like we can always get this on 3rd or 4th down. Now's the time to actually try to score.
And Fiesel will take a run. Fiesel almost slips, but still on his feet. He's still there. Did he get in?
Boy, he's tough to tackle.
Man. Well, he didn't get in, but it's 1st and goal. Tommy is slick tonight. Will not be brought down. 17 yards to add to Tommy Fiesel's run total tonight.
Yeah, and his yards from scrimmage are just adding up. I mean, this is turning into a monster game for Tom.
And could we see a QB sneak here, you think?
I think they'll run it here, but I don't think it'll be Tom.
Run it to number 21. Ryan Casey gets his first touchdown, and now will put the Griffins up 6 points, 27-14.
Well, that's exactly what you want. You want an answer what HF just did, and that's an answer right there, an emphatic one.
And the hold is Brett Fiesel to attempt the extra point is 24.
Here's Sharini trying to make it 28-14. Sharini is 11 out of 13 field goals made, make it 12 out of 14. 28-14 is the score. Sharini with another extra point, and the Griffins will kick off again.
Other action,
Andrews leading Lincoln Way West 17-0.
17-0 the final from Andrew over Lincoln Way West.
That game just ended. Final score 17-0.
Which game is that?
Oh, that's Andrew over Lincoln Way West.
What was the final score?
17-0.
Oh.
Go visit our Southern concession stand. While you're there, Pick up some pizza, hot dogs, hamburgers. Watkins Taco. Shrini's on to kick off.
Shrini's going to kick off, and speaking of Lincoln Way West, Lincoln Way West has an offensive lineman by the name of Colin McGovern, ranked number 4 recruit in the state. He will be headed to Notre Dame to be on their offensive line. So Lincoln Way West producing a Notre Dame-worthy offensive lineman.
Yeah, from what I understand, he's the first Lincoln Way football player to ever go to Notre Dame.
Yeah,
so congratulations to him. And
great.
you know, as a Notre Dame fan, I hope he's good.
Yeah.
I hope he's successful.
Well, I went to grade school with him, so it's kind of cool to see.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. HF's return won't go too far to around the 10-yard line.
For Little. We'll make that row.
Yeah, some great offensive linemen in the state this year. There's a kid from St. Francis in Wheaton that's actually going to Michigan.
Wow.
So, I mean, and these guys are legit 6'4", 6'5", 300-plus pounds. So they've got the bodies, they have the size, they are big-time college football recruits.
And Tommy Fiesel, ranked 50th in the state by ESPN, will be headed to Northern Illinois.
And I'm so excited for him, and I can't wait to see how they use him. I mean, he's showing that he has the skills to play quarterback and throw the ball, but he's such an athlete. He could do just about anything on a football field.
Johnson will drop back. Almost sacked. He's still on his feet. Still looking for a receiver. He'll take it himself. It looks like juke again. Johnson's still there. He hasn't been brought down. He'll step out at around the 36.
At the 36-yard line. A 16-yard gain. First down, Vikings.
And on a more serious note here, today some of the Lincoln Way students dressed up in honor of the 1-year anniversary of the passing of Patrick Mizwicki. Of course, our thoughts and prayers still go out to his family. I know it's been a tough time, and it's great to see that all the students dressed up, and we miss Pat.
Not only that, I see wristbands that say we remember Pat, so clearly he's still on a lot of people's minds. And of course, they had that great run last year. I'm sure they're planning on doing that again this year. In fact, I know they are. Speaking of running, the HF quarterback has been sort of running for his life the last couple of plays.
Let's win this one for Pat, boys. Let's pull it out. 28-14, 9:45 to go. And Johnson has stopped there, 2nd and 14.
We talked about how difficult it is to come back against Lincoln Way when we're running the ball well because we do chew up so much clock.
Well, really, it's been HF who's been chewing up clock today. They've taken a long time, as I said, to get the play together, and they've really been hurting their own selves. They wasted a lot of time. They could have gotten on the field a lot earlier. Johnson will scramble. Johnson is brought down.
It's frustrating when, as a quarterback, you know what you need to do, but it's difficult to do it because you don't have the time. And right now, that's exactly how he's feeling. He's a very talented quarterback. I've been impressed with what I've seen from him so far, but he's got to have the time.
Well, he's been scrambling a lot lately, and that's been the Griffins blitzing a lot. They've really been getting in there and getting into his head. He's also been in a shotgun a lot, so he hasn't been really dropping back from under center. He's had a lot of time to fake or throw, and this is another example. He's got a nice alley for a throw complete to Patrick Sheehan.
Yeah, pretty good pass there. That route is run where it needs to be, just about a yard beyond the first down marker. Too often you'll see guys cut that route short and not get to the first down marker, which I have never understood.
1st and 10 HF, 28-14. Clock keeps running after a complete pass. If you're just joining us, 2 touchdowns running today for Tommy Fiesel. 1 touchdown for Justin Corbin and a touchdown for Brian Casey. All on the ground today. No passing touchdowns today.
Timeout. Moment for us. Hey, how does a week in Hawaii sound?
Well, I would imagine that Tom has got to be well over 100 yards rushing now, and depending on how the last 8 minutes plays out, he might approach that 150, 200-yard mark, which would be great. Very exciting for Tom.
Definitely. And they're just announcing we could win a trip to Hawaii. Should we enter?
Would we have to go together if we won?
I mean, not. I mean, maybe. I don't know. Maybe if we could take the same plane.
Be
but
a
we
little
could-
weird.
Then we could leave each other alone. I mean, we've been in Hawaii.
Yeah, that's cool. I mean, I wouldn't mind being on a plane with you. I wouldn't want to like see you at the beach or anything.
Oh,
or
yeah,
At
definitely.
the hotel pool.
I got you. I'll put in our names. Here's Johnson in a shotgun, sends Sheehan in motion. He'll fake to Smith and he'll keep it. Johnson being hunted down by Almasarich, tackled by the knees, and a nice tackle.
That's a lot of running for 8 yards. So even though that's a nice gain, pretty good open field tackle right there.
Second and short.
2nd and 1 for HF is
Officials timeout.
the rest will take a break.
Direction.
Okay, ready when you are. You can do it right now.
Full blood bleeding to be taken care of by our medical staff.
Hey, what are you doing? Get up!
GTV, you can trust us.
Sort of like an extreme neighborhood watch.
Our director Sean Magnuson and I hunted him down. No worries. That was a day of patrolling.
I feel safer.
We got the backpack. That was an important backpack. You never know what could be in there, right? Some biology books,
Homework.
Those books cost like $60. You don't want anybody.
Lunch
Yeah.
leftovers.
Yeah. Johnson drops back. There's a laser pass again, overthrown.
Well-designed play. That ball's got to be there, though.
Second and 10.
When Johnson goes deep, he overthrows it. Seems like that's the story tonight.
That'll bring up a 2nd and 10. Still a lot of time left if HF can get something going here and score. But this is a pretty do-or-die drive for them at this point.
Hey, how's the materials there?
Here's Johnson. That's complete to Smith. Is that Smith?
Pretty good press right there under a lot of pressure.
For number 11, that's not first down.
I'll tell you what, these are two of the better athletes that you will ever hope to see a quarterback on these opposing teams tonight.
It's really an evenly matched battle here. Both of these quarterbacks have shown that they can play. Smith up the middle, and Smith and Johnson have been quite a duo.
Big hit from Langdon-Durfer there.
Hey, when isn't it a big hit from Langdon-Durfer?
Rarely is it not.
Yep.
Still, 6 to 7 yards there, brings up about 2nd and 3.
Langdon-Durfer's a small guy, but he packs a punch, that's for sure. Smith will go up the middle, tackled by at the 5.
First down and goal to go for the Vikings.
First and goal for the Vikings as they'll try to make it 28-21 here. Clock keeps ticking. as the fan's making some noise. I don't know where, right below us. Johnson again in a shotgun. He's got one wide receiver. Hand it off to Smith. Smith with a catch, and Smith is in the end zone for 6.
Well-designed play there. Goes into the end zone, essentially uncontested. It's going to be 28-21 here, pending the extra point, with a lot of time left, actually. HF gets a stop, and they are in business.
And again, HF has made it a close contest. They keep on fighting back, no matter how much the Griffins score. The Vikings have an answer. Here's Bowman in for the extra point as we'll have flags on that. Somebody jumped. False start on the Vikings. So they'll be moved back 5 yards for the kick. A little bit longer here, but... Oh, it's blocked! What a block from the Griffins. Who got in there?
Well, that's actually pretty huge. I mean, it's still a one-possession game, but now HF would have to score and convert the two-point conversion.
If we could get a replay on that from downstairs.
Well, I was actually told the replay wasn't working tonight.
Oh, it's not. Okay.
I will say that looked like it would have been blocked regardless of the distance. I don't know that the penalty was the difference there because that ball never elevated.
Immediately after the ball was hiked, 2 Griffins got in there, and they got it at the exact perfect timing. No offsides on that one. That one was a clean block hit, and they keep it an 8-point game.
On the kickoff is Bowman. Going deep is Fiesel, number 18.
Tommy Fiesel is back
It's kickoff
to
time.
return.
On your feet. Let's make some noise.
I don't know if they're going onside.
Well, Lincoln Way is positioned to defend an onside.
Yeah.
We only have one guy back. It's Tom Fiesel. I don't know that you really want him
Well, we'll see
running
what
the ball, but you might want his sure hands just to catch it.
we'll see what happens. Here it is. It's a kick, and Fiesel will let it go into the end zone for a touchback.
I think that's best.
Yeah, that's.
You have possession. You didn't risk his health. You need him right now. You wouldn't want a new quarterback coming in with 5 minutes left in the game not having taken a snap all game.
Plus, our backup's already injured. Jordan Worstow has a broken arm after going down in week 1. .5:26 left. It's an 8-point game. 1st and 10 for Fiesel to start. Ball's going to start on the 20. Fiesel is in shotgun. He's got 4 wide receivers to go to as he'll hand it up the middle to Nick Colangelo.
Colangelo met by Nick Daniels, short gain on the play. Hey folks, for highlights for tonight's game, check out High School Lights on Comcast, SportNet Chicago, and CSNChicago.com. Just after White Sox baseball, Comcast, SportsNet, fans' best friend.
Fiesel handing off the play. And it's 2nd and 9, only 1 yard on that Nick Colangelo carry. However, the clock will keep on running. Griffins just want the clock to burn right now, and they'll continue with Fiesel faking to Colangelo, and Fiesel brought down.
Right now, Lincoln Way being conservative, not wanting to risk anything, but at the same time, they put themselves in a situation where they might be giving HF the ball right back.
3rd and 7 for the Griffins.
Well, you definitely want to burn as much clock as possible, as there's 20 seconds left until 4 minutes. So if Fiesel can do a hard count here and try and get an offsides, that could grab him some yards. One of the specialties from Blake Winkler last year was the hard count. Got a lot of guys to jump, but Fiesel will drop back. There's Justin Corbett he caught it, but is he in? Corbett's out of bounds, but penalty markers are on the field. Nice effort by Corbett.
He may have run out of bounds prior to catching that ball. No, pass interference.
Yeah, the ref signaled that he did step out, but pass interference will cause the Griffins to get a nice jump. Brian Casey is back in, already got a touchdown tonight.
Placed down at the 38-yard line of LWE.
First and 10, ball on the 38, 8-point game still. Clock has stopped as Fiesel will go into the double wing formation that the Griffins are known for. There's Casey. Casey will go up. Casey's breaking away. Can he get a second in the night? But caught up by the Viking defense. It looked like he was going to break away for a second. However, the Viking defense was able to catch him.
Well, most importantly, he flips the field position. It would have been great to get a touchdown there, but to flip the field position and to really have HF with their backs against the wall now is huge.
Brian Casey, first play that he's been in since his touchdown, continues the onslaught of his running. Brian Casey, definitely another running back to watch out for. As they'll go for the double wing again. Hey, if it works, try it again. Here comes the blitz. Casey again. Casey through. He'll get halfway to the first. Defensive end for the Vikings almost jumped there. However, he was able to stay. 3 minutes left. Griffins in good field position, 2nd and 6. Double wing again. Taking a break from the shotgun for now as the Vikings switch their defensive line a little bit. There's Duffin. Duffin up the middle. Did he get the first, though? Yeah, he got to the first. Ball on the 20, clock keeps running. That play burned about 30 seconds. So many weapons at running back. We got Colangelo, Duffin, Corbett, Casey. So many weapons to go to.
That's always been the strength of these Lincoln Way teams. Is it's never been one guy. It's always been 3 or 4 guys, all of which can hurt you.
A great way to replace who, in my opinion, was one of the best running backs in the state, Tyler Stark, who just was a fantastic running back here.
Well, and even last year with Tyler, we had other guys that could do it, which is why he wasn't somebody who got 30 carries a game or anything like that, because we did have weapons at wide receiver. We had other guys that could run. We had Winkler and everything he could do. So just very well balanced over the last few years here at East on offense.
Band is waiting for the Griffins to get another touchdown as the double wing will come out again. Casey in motion will go up the middle, now to the side, he'll get halfway.
Casey down near the 15-yard line. Tackle made by Sanders. 3rd and 5.
3rd and 5 now. Ball on the 15. They can't get it here. Sharini could sure and come in for a field goal. He hasn't done it yet. Fans sticking around for the end of the game. It's gonna be something if the Griffins could pull this one out. It's been a barn burner tonight, that's for sure. Very evenly matched, very in your face style tackling. It's been a great game.
Well, in talking to some of the coaches this week, I mean, they were concerned. They were worried. This was going to be a tough matchup. They knew that. They'd seen the tape. And 28-20, I think, is a testament to the fact that this has been a great game.
Well, tonight I heard that HF, they had some trouble with Lincoln Way Central, and as we mentioned, we've kind of taken care of Lincoln Way Central for the past couple years, so I didn't know if Lincoln Way, or if HF was going to come out and play like they were going to tonight, but really they got things together and really fought hard.
Yeah, I mean, it's very easy to look at a game that was played the week before or something like that and say, oh, well, we're better than that team, and they played close. But oftentimes it's about matchups, and you really can't look at scores from other games. And from what I've seen, this is a good team, HF. And I really like their quarterback. I think he's a great athlete. I think he may be the second-best athlete we'll see at that position beyond Tommy Fiesel.
A offsides penalty against HF, so that just adds to the Griffins' drive here. Ball on the 10, first and goal. Griffins will probably...
Something real weird would have to happen for us to lose control of this game.
We could hear Coach Gavey across the next room shouting in his microphone. And we'll have a timeout for Homewood Flossmoor. They're trying to get things together, trying to figure out how they can score 8 points in the last minute or so. Do you think if we score here, that's it? Should be.
I don't think we'll attempt to score here. I think we know that we can run this clock out by taking a knee, and I think that's all that we're going to have to do here.
Well, that does make a lot of sense. Just it's second
You'd
down
like
and
to
goal.
see one more touchdown,
Yeah,
wouldn't
I
you?
would like to see one more touchdown. Who wouldn't want to see one more touchdown?
Well, speaking of greed, there's something I've been very blessed with over the years, and that is being a multiple time recipient of the Dan Galligan Broadcaster of the Game Award. It is that time where it's time to reflect and critique, and I've been doing a little self-reflection, and I'm very pleased with my performance tonight. How about you?
I think I've done a nice job. I think the play and color, our chemistry has been pretty good tonight.
That's great. I've made my decision, and I'm going to go ahead and award myself the Dan Galligan Broadcaster of the Game Award.
We got all smiles in here.
I'm also thinking about naming myself the PA Guy of the Year, even though I didn't actually fill that role this evening.
So you're going to take Paul Babcock's job?
Well, we have this event coming up here in a couple weeks called the Homecoming Olympics, and it's come to my attention that Mr. Babcock may not be able to announce that event. I have been asked to fill in for him, although I think a better choice of words would be replace him, because I think I would bring something really special to that night.
Any comment, Mr. Babcock? No.
Weren't you writing like an article on him or something last week?
Yeah.
How did that go?
Yeah, it's going to be on the front page. First story
Yeah,
of the newspaper.
back page is more like it.
It's going to be on the front page. As Casey's in for the touchdown. And that should do it for tonight. The coaches are pumped up, especially Coach Gavey.
Well, there you have it. You got your touchdown.
Yeah, there we go.
So that puts a great little exclamation point on what's been a very good game. 35-20, hopefully, here in a second. Probably makes it seem like, whatever, it wasn't that close. But really a very well played, evenly matched game.
And Sharini will kick it through the upright. And, if it wasn't for a couple overthrown balls by Johnson, it could have been a totally different game because he's been overthrowing a lot tonight.
Absolutely. Well, don't be surprised. This could be a team that we see down the road. I mean, obviously you have to see how the pairings work out and who's in what class. But, this is a team that I believe is a playoff team, HF, certainly. And you just never know. It's not necessarily a team you'd want to have to see again because I think they can do some things. But overall, a pretty well-played game and a fun game to watch. A great night in Frankfurt.
Yeah. Also a fun game to broadcast as always. So Sharini will kick off one more time with 35 seconds to go, and this should be the last kickoff of tonight. Sharini's leg has been busy. (35-20) also should be the final score. Sharini's is just a squib, and HF, that's a live ball, yes. And Sheehan will turn around and try and return it. A couple jukes from Sheehan will result in being brought down at the 22. So 12 tackles, 12 on that one. First and 10 for HF. They'll try and work with the time left. Just playing for pride here. Not going to give up anytime soon, I don't think. So, how many games left this year do you think I have a chance to win the Dan Galligan Broadcasting Award? Like,
well,
I have three games,
right?
3 football games, and then who knows how many basketball games.
Well, and there'll be some playoff games here and there. So I mean, you're going to have opportunities, but you can't continue to blow them.
I don't think I'm blowing them. I think I'm contending pretty well. I mean,
yeah. If that's your thing, if being in contention does it for you, I mean, I'm about winning.
You know, I'd like to graduate from LWE. You know, not just with a good GPA or anything. I want one Dan Galligan broadcast where I'm going to fight for it. I'll tell you that.
Well, we'll just have to see what happens.
All right.
And if that doesn't happen though, I'll give you one of mine. I got so many, I don't know what to do with them anymore.
Are they all in like your man cave or something like that? You always have one made over at Action Sports.
No, really, they mean so little to me. I just throw them out, which is why I'd be willing to toss.
So
you
what
one.
are they made of then?
Solid gold.
Solid gold. You probably get some good money for that. You can buy some ND tickets.
Cashforgold.com. I'll go to one of those kiosks in the mall and melt them down.
We'll pay full price for your gold, but as Dan Galligan goes off and sells some gold, the Griffins will get a victory here. 35-20 is the final score tonight as the team will shake hands. A fantastic game in my opinion, evenly matched and fought to the end. What are your thoughts on this one?
Positive.
Positive?
Good job, Griffins. Good. No, it was a great game, and it was a close game, and we opened it up a little bit there towards the end. And in the second half, when HF made things close and our backs were up against the wall a little bit, we responded every single time, and I think that's the most telling part about this ball game.
Well, the Griffins, I think after this week, they'll go to Sandburg to take on Sandburg. Is that correct?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, and then hopefully now we'll go up in the rankings. We're at number 5, and hopefully we could get around to 3 or 4.
Well, I think doing what we did tonight and with what the score was, that will help. We probably also need there to be some downward movement from the other teams. They would probably need to lose. But if we continue to win and as some of these other teams play their tougher conference opponents, we're going to be right there. We were a team that started out, a little bit lower than we have in years past because they didn't know what to expect with a new quarterback and some other new faces. And we have very quickly established ourselves as, once again, a top 5 team in the state. So that's great.
Yeah, definitely. And as we go, you see a great look of the Griffins on your screen, and they'll go to the band to go hear the fight song as everybody's happy here. So I think that will do it for us. So for my partner, Dan Galligan, this is Brennan King, hoping you enjoyed the broadcast. We definitely know you enjoyed the outcome. Final score tonight, 35-20. So long from Frankfurt, everybody.